Showtime, a-holes. It'll be here any minute.
Alright, it's day 2 on this Escort Project 16, and it's about 27 degrees out here and the wind's blowing. And it's actually been a couple of days since I did the first video. This weather's been ridiculous in Virginia, but it's up and down. I've gotten the transmission cross mount in and put the new rubber on those mounts to keep this thing in here. I got a few other things to hook up today. I got to put the starter in. The alternator's already hooked up. Hook up some vacuum lines, different things. I'm not going to put the heater core in here right now because I don't know if you can see or not, but this dash is trash. I mean, it's like totally cracked and destroyed, and it's from sun damage. This car was actually in a field for about 3 or 4 years when I picked it up. You can see the cracks in that dash. When I replace the dash, I have one in the basement which I'm fiberglassing. When I replace the dash, I'm going to replace that heater core and switch out some other stuff. But I still got to hook up all this stuff, the cruise control. I'm getting a header for this car. And I said I was going to show you about this throttle body. This has got the 5-speed throttle body on it, which has got the 3-prong TPS. And you can't just switch the TPSs out on these. I wish you could, but they're not made the same. And what I'm doing is, as you can see, I'll show you on this one, this is a 4-prong automatic, and you see this housing piece here. It's got antifreeze that runs through it, and it kind of flows through to the bottom of your throttle body. This is one that I've taken apart, and I pull them completely apart, and I, clean up the butterflies and clean the insides and pull the whole housing apart. I've actually put this piece back in, but I'm gonna put this back together. I've got to go and get some new bolts. I'll do that tomorrow because it's a Sunday, and I'll have to wait and finish putting this together tomorrow, and I'll put the throttle body on. But this is the plate I was talking about, and you can see it's pretty thin, and it's aluminum. I got to clean the edges up, but that actually bolts onto the bottom of this, and it eliminates this, which will take away some of that vacuum that's kind of drawing off the bottom of the throttle body. You can see there's holes in there, and it sucks that air through there, and it's supposed to cool the throttle body, but I got enough air running through this car that I don't need that, because I've got more air running through it, and this engine's going to be running a whole lot cooler the way I set them up, so I don't need all that junk. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, put the butterfly back in. I had thought about getting a larger throttle body for this, but since this is going to be a daily driver, I'm just going to do simple stuff to it. I'm not going to modify it too much. On the race car, we'll get something a little bigger. But yeah, it's something good to do. Just pull them apart and clean them up. You get better airflow, and it's much smoother. You don't have any grit in there restricting the air. It's a little time consuming, but it's worth it in the long run. As you can see, this is different. The TPS on this one's got the dual prong, where the one on this one, the 5-speed's got a rod that actually comes out, and the TPS slides over the rod, which is your adjustment for your setup. But that's the trick I use on these with this plate. And I make these. If anybody wants to get in touch with me, they need some of these, I can get you one. I mean, they're nothing. I drill them. You just have to go to a shop or something and get some bolts, and if you don't have the bolts, I can probably get you some of those as well. But because the ones that stock in here, that they're a little longer and they won't tighten up all the way. But I got an MSD ignition system I'm gonna put in as well. Get a little bit better spark, help with the fuel. And as I finish up some of the stuff today, I'll do an update on it. All right.